Has your man all of a sudden come and told you, I need space, and he even wants to move out? Here are 3 steps that you can use to win him back if you want to. Okay, so the other day, this client, she sent me a DM and she's like, oh my goodness, I'm so heartbroken. My husband has come and is telling me he wants to move out and he seems very, very certain. Okay, so here are some tips that you can use to really win your hubby back and see whether or not this is a relationship that's right for you. So the first step, and this will be the toughest, accept what it is that he is telling you. I know you're invested in this man, you probably have children, you are in this committed relationship with him. The immediate reaction would be for you to fight, to say no. What I would recommend, and this is what I suggest to any lady who works with me, is to stay in your feminine and accept what this man is telling you. At most, what you could do is express your feelings and say, oh, I feel so heartbroken and so sad right now. I'll really miss you. However, I have accepted your decision. Because remember, at that point, he's coming to tell you that he wants space. It means he's not feeling connected. And you cannot use words to fight with what he is feeling. And anytime you're trying to fight and ask him why all these conversations, you're actually pushing and pushing and pushing, which is putting you more in your masculine energy. The masculine energy is the initiating force. It's very strong and forward moving. So, and it really won't solve anything, because anytime you push against something, it always runs away. So accept his decision, express how heartbroken and how much you miss him and how sad you feel right now. But let him know that yes, you accept whatever it is that he has decided to do. That's the first step. The second step, if he has decided he wants space, maybe you're still living together, okay? Remain cordial. Okay. Probably you are in the same house. Maybe he's moved to another room. I don't know what their living arrangement could be, but remain cordial. Okay. So what this does is it just puts everything on a neutral. And it's really not easy to remain cordial, because the immediate reaction is you're angry, you're annoyed, you are upset. However, this is where the work comes in. You've already expressed to him your feelings. Find some other outlets of grieving, because really what you're doing is grieving. In fact, the more you try to hold on, and the more you try to be more passive aggressive, you stay stuck in the toxic cycle of pushing and pulling, and maybe he wants to prove a point, you want to prove a point. It doesn't help anything. So look for an outlet for your emotions, whether it's a coach, whether it's a mentor, whether it's journaling, whether it's exercising, something to vent out, to pour out your emotions while remaining very, very cordial. Okay, so maybe you see this guy every evening. He comes home. If he says hello, just simply say hello. And during this period, you're not just sitting there waiting for him, you are also becoming clear. You're getting clear on whether or not this really is the man for you. And the third step is really, really important. Get back your rich, juicy life. If you had any hobbies you had put away, if you had any activities, if you had any business ideas, if you had school, this is the right time to pour all that energy onto that channel. Okay. Also, it helps if you change up how you look. Because remember, you are in a transition. You either have 2 alternatives. Either you stay stuck or slowly start to piece your life together, because you don't know whether or not things are going to change with this relationship. Okay? So as you are getting back your rich, juicy life, as you are picking up hobbies, activities, socializing, going out, meeting other people, you're bringing back fresh energy onto yourself. And some clients, I had one client, she came to me, her fiancé had broken up with her. And this is the exact process I took her in depth in private tutoring. Eventually, she was like, Linda, I honestly don't think my ex was the right man for me. I don't want him anymore. And at the beginning, she was so heartbroken, you can imagine, because yes, you were engaged, then he's broken up an engagement, and he decides that he wants more space. It is heartbreaking. Okay, so as you're getting back your life back together again, it doesn't mean you're ignoring the feelings, it's just that you are channeling your feelings. All right, and turns out you can decide that maybe this is not the man for you. And at the point when you are clear that this is not the man for you, feel free, even if you're staying in the same house, express to him that probably you feel that you don't want to be in this relationship anymore, because the biggest mistake you could be making is stalling. Yes, this man has said he needs space, but he's still in your house. So 1 month has gone by, 2 months has gone by, you're living separate lives. You need to have also a time limit for yourself and be clear. Explain to him that, okay, fine, you need space. For how long? How long do you need this space? Such that you don't find yourself still in a relationship that's in limbo for 6 months, for a year, for 2 years. Have a time limit. And the best way to have a time limit is really for you to get real with yourself. Because you know you've been in this relationship. As you're becoming clear, as you're growing, as you're learning, as you're realizing that you probably were showing up a lot in your masculine energy, that there were probably some habits that may have caused the relationship to, to drift apart. As you're becoming clear, even when the timing comes for you to have the conversation, at least you know what part of your what part of the stuff is yours, what part of the baggage is yours. Okay, so like I mentioned, first thing, accept his decision for space. The second thing is to remain cordial. That is if you're living in the same house. But if he has moved out, then I would encourage you to go no contact. And this assumes that you've agreed for how long does he need space. And if he says he needs space for a month, give him the month. You should not be just sitting there waiting for him. You should be picking up your life and moving on. And once the month is up, and if he says that he still needs more space, then open yourself up. Let that be a sign that you know what, this relationship is not going to work. And from there, if you're clear this relationship will not work, then you really have to now cut your ties and start to move on. All right. So let me know what lands for you, and I'll be excited to hear if you've ever had to be in a committed relationship and your man asked for space. How did you handle it? All right. Thanks for that.